certainly are.
right. Okay. Alrighty, Steve. Well, thanks again for hopping on the call with me. I greatly appreciate it. First question for you. Can you take me back to the moment that your journey began with, digital marketing in general and with the DG community?
Sure, I sure can. I guess maybe a good way might to be to kind of set the stage about what brought me to that point, right?
Definitely.
That's what I always think of, especially. And so I'm 56, so I joined last year, so I was 55. I've been married 32 years. I've got two kids that are in college. My family back on the wall, they're everything to me. I'm blessed to have my best friend as a spouse, and I have two amazing humans as kids. What happened is back in 2020, my job got eliminated. So
Mhm.
when that happened, it was obviously unexpected, and that was my one source of income. So what we had to do, a lot of people ran into that back at COVID, is we had to drain our retirement, we had to drain our savings just to kind of get by and just to pay the bills and everything. I was out of work for 14 months. So, that kind of led to before I joined, I mean, I was stressed, I was depressed, I was frustrated. I kind of asked myself, I'm 56 years old. How did I get here? I thought it
Mhm.
would be further ahead in my life, and nobody planned to lose the job, right? But it happened. That was the hand I was dealt. And I just kept thinking to myself, how did I get here and what can I do to get out of it? And so, finding this program is giving me that hope that I can become free like I want to be. I want to be like free of debt. I want to be free of the stress I feel in my life. And also just get to have the freedom of time with what I do with myself and my family. And so that's kind of where I found myself as I was, I'll call it, sitting on my couch, scrolling through, thinking about different options,
Mhm.
and eventually deciding that this was the best program for me. So,
Awesome. No, I love it. Yeah, and it's crazy because a lot of people were, I believe in, that same boat as you, right? Especially when COVID hit, it offset a lot of things, right? A lot of people lost a lot of different jobs, right? And so I don't think anyone really expected or what they were going to do next when it came to that, which, was a tragedy in itself, but aside from maybe looking for, another income stream, was there anything else that you were kind of craving at that point, aside from like maybe, stability or purpose, anything like that?
yeah, I mean, I would say that I just, going back to the whole concept of being free, I just
Hmm.
really felt like I was trading all of my time to work for a company that in some cases, no matter how hard you work and no matter how valuable you think you are and they tell you they are, that can change in a day, right? That
Definitely.
security, that security that you feel is gone. And I think being a Gen Xer, I was raised where, you go to school, you work hard, you get a good job, you work all the way to retirement, you get Social Security, you save some money, and you'll live out your golden years, right? And
Hmm.
yeah, I kind of felt like I lied to all those years, or at least I don't want to feel that way, obviously, but I do feel that it isn't like that anymore, and it can't be like that anymore. And that's just the harsh reality that we're kind of in. And so, before I decided to join this thing, I felt like, um, what can I do? Because if I keep doing the same thing and I look at myself in 6 months or 12 months, am I going to be in a better place? Am I going to be in the same place? What's it going to be? My grandfather always used to tell me that if you want something to change in life, you have to change it. And it seems like it's
Hmm.
such a simple mantra, right? But it's just so true. And so before I joined, it's like I felt like I had this wall of fear that was up in front of me. Like I was sitting there and thinking about there has to be a better way. I want to be comfortable when financial. I want to go on that dream vacation. I want to be able to go on and spend more time with my family. I want to be able to be stress free and debt free and be able to leave a legacy for my kids. I want all
Hmm.
those things. That's where I want to be, but I wasn't there. And so I found myself, I just couldn't get out of my own way. That's, I think, what prevented me from joining at first. It was like, this is where I want to be, and this is where I am. And so, how am I going to get there? And that's when I started searching. And I'm thinking, there's something online here that everybody's doing, that there's something to it, right? This can't just be
Hmm.
luck. It can't be anything like that. There's something to it, but there's so many different ways to do it. So it was like, well, what do I choose? What's the best thing for me? And so, like I said, I had this fear, where I was sitting to myself, it's just like a wall, I've got no experience. I didn't have any followers. I feel confident in technology, but I didn't have that kind of technical experience. Never made a video like that in my life. Didn't know how to make a website.
Right.
Didn't know anything about funnels and anything like that. And I didn't think, okay, well, I don't have any money, so I can't invest. and I don't have the time. And what was so cool is when I thought about where I wanted to be and I started to look through it, and then I acknowledged that I've got this wall in front of me. All of a sudden, when I found this program and I saw one of these videos from Michelle, actually, O'Neill, um, it really made me realize that those are fears. They're
Hmm.
excuses in a way, right? And so I was able to say, well, wait a minute, I only need 2 hours. There goes my no time. Okay, I can do monthly plans. Well, there goes my no money, right? I can afford that then. No tech, I don't need it because this
Hmm.
program comes with it. They recommend you don't have followers. If you don't have any experience, that's okay. So it was like I was looking for that thing and I put up this wall that I was, full of all these fears of all these different things. But this one checked them all off. And that's when I just kind of sat back in my chair and said to myself, damn, this might be it.
Hmm.
This might be it. I mean,
Yeah.
I know where I'm at and I know where I want to be, but I think I can knock this wall down and I can just get there, and meeting the people and being a part of this program and seeing the transformation that's given and the transformation that I've gone through since I've been a part of this mastermind is something I just never thought I'd experience in my life. I really, but
Definitely.
the people, the program, and the potential and the opportunities are just endless. And I'm excited because now I really feel like I have hope that those things can come true for me and my family.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I love about this, right? About this program especially is you can be brand spanking new, know nothing about anything, right? Because it's already been built out for you, right? It's already been, tested by Michelle and Mike, and they've gone and they've worked out all the kinks and figured out all the mistakes, right? So it's just like now it's just this bundled little easy thing that they give to you guys. And it's
Yeah.
just a matter of doing it, right? Getting out of your own head and just starting, staying
Yes.
consistent with it. And that's what I love about it, especially. And you can't
Great.
ask for, two better people to be at the forefront of this thing, teaching you guys, right?
They lead with their heart too. You can't put a better
Yes.
value on that. And I
Yeah.
always talk about that when I talk to some of the people that I'm talking about joining the program. It's like these people lead with their heart. They truly care. And
Yeah.
that you don't find that everywhere.
Yeah. It's very rare, especially nowadays, especially.
Yes.
So who would you say that you're building this for, really?
I would say that, of course, I'm building this for my family because I want to leave that legacy for my kids. But what I've noticed since I've been a part of it, especially being part of the mastermind, is for every person that decides to join this program and decides to take that action and be bold and just do it, I'm changing somebody's life. I mean, like, I don't mean to be so heavy about it or make it sound so grandiose, but it's really true. I mean, when I
Hmm.
see what it's done for me and what it's done for my family, and then when I see all the impact it's had to the 53,000 plus people that are part of this program, I think to myself, if I can just help that one person, the money's going to come, right? I mean, it's part of it. I mean, there's a
Hmm.
proven, like you said, Alex, it's proven. So this is going to work. And if I have the right mindset now and I know what the potential is and I've got the determination to show up every day and do it, then yeah, I can build this for my family and that's going to be amazing. And I'm already on my way.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I can help all these other people at the same time. I mean,
Hmm.
that one person that drops their email in, that one person that says yes, the one person that pulls out their credit card and says, I'm going to do this. It's like, wow, you actually trusted me enough and you thought enough about my story to think that I could help you. And now that I know what is going to happen to them because of what they're going to get in this program, I'm like, I've just changed their life. I don't want to take
Hmm.
responsibility for that, but
Yeah.
I was the conduit. I was the conduit that got them there, right? And I know all
Yeah,
the good stuff they got behind the curtains, and now they get to open those curtains and jump in and be part of it just like me. So
exactly.
that's really that's I think one of the biggest aha moments for me as
Definitely.
I've gotten into this is how it can not just change mine, but how in a very simple way it can
Hmm.
change their life too. But they've got to take action, right? They got to be bold. They got to knock down that wall of fear, just like I did, and get off that fence and just have confidence in yourself that you can do it.
Definitely. No, yeah. And it's great too, because that's another thing that I really love about this is that, right, this community has grown to, almost 54,000 people now, which
Yeah,
still blows
amazing.
my mind, right? Because it's like the size of a small country. So I can't
That's
really wrap my
true.
head around it.
Yep, me too.
And so, but they're all, it's like you said, they're all like-minded people, right? They're all in
Yep.
there, right? They're wanting to better themselves, make a better future for their family, right? So it's just like any way you turn, it's like you have a shoulder to lean on, you have someone to ask questions, right? Because they're all in the same position as you or trying to reach that same goal as you. Um,
Hmm.
so is there anything that's different about you now compared to when you had first joined the DG Mastermind?
Um, I would say yes. I mean, I think that some of the things that have happened, and I would say the sessions that we have with our mentors like Mike and Michelle and
Hmm.
Jen, all of them are amazing, right? And you learn so much and you connect with them and other people. But having that on-site, face-to-face opportunity like I had in April, uh, I didn't expect a lot of what came out of that. I
Hmm.
expected to learn, I expected to network. I mean, I had my little list of things that I wanted to get out of it, right? But man, I should have just thrown that away
Hmm.
because I got all those things, but I got so much more. And since then, I've developed some really strong relationships, and I've been there to support the people who support me every day, showing up on my lives, answering my questions, giving me a boost of confidence where I needed or a little nugget of knowledge that I needed to get through something, right? So I feel like I've changed in a way where now I believe that I'm somebody I can do anything. If
Hmm.
I show up every day, I can do this. I mean, I have the tool to make this happen. But before I had all these fears that I thought, but not me. Why me? I can't do this. Well, I don't have that fear anymore. I feel like I can do this. Like I've got this. Like don't stop. You're not going to stop me. You can get in my way, but you better watch out because I'm going to blow you over because I'm going to do it too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I just have that like fire in me now, and it's a hope that I feel like I didn't have before because I'd look and I'd say, I'm 56, man. What's going on? I mean, I don't want my kids to be stuck with what I have right now, and the 9 to 5 is just not going to be it. So I
Hmm.
realize now that, you know, if I want to refill that retirement, if I want to leave that legacy, then I got to change into something that I wasn't. And this program has really given me that confidence and given me that transformation and given me that support that I just don't know where I'd be right now without it. I really feel like it's become part of who I am, and I'm just so grateful for that.
Yeah.
And my wife is in it as well, and she's felt the same way.
No,
So,
I love that. I love that for you guys. Yeah, and and I tell people this all the time too. It's like, even if you don't make any money with this, right? It's like, it's going to change your life in so many other different aspects that you didn't
so
even
true.
realize, right? When it comes to
Yeah.
mindset, just building confidence, like all those things, like just that in itself, right, is worth its weight in gold. It's just,
Yep.
it's so valuable. And I tell people this all the time. It's just like, if you just stick with it, right? It's like, that can just be transferred or go into a different field, even if this doesn't work out for you, right? So it's just kind of helpful on all kinds of different levels.
Skill
Um,
set, there's skills that you can use in your life in so many different ways in and
yes,
outside the program.
exactly,
Yeah, I agree
exactly.
with you. Great.
So, as what are you most proud of accomplishing so far since you've been in this program?
Wow, great question. I would say that I think it's my change of my mindset. I
Hmm.
really would. I would say because like we were just talking about, I don't want to rehash what we just talked about, but the fact that I went from a place where I didn't feel like I knew what I could do. I didn't think I had options. I felt like this is as good as it's going to get. And I don't mean to take away from the blessings I have in my life because
Hmm.
I'm blessed to have the family I have and my health and all those things. But just to think about the amount of stress and the lack of choices that I have and the feelings that I have, I just thought to myself, this is as good as it's going to get. I made my own bed, so to speak. Now I have to sleep in it. I've got my 9 to 5 job. I don't have any other options. But what I'm proud of is that I looked past that and I took action, right? And I said to myself, what am I waiting for? What am
Hmm.
I scared of? How much is it costing me to do nothing, right? Because if I sit here and I don't make a change, then where am I going to be? So I'm just really proud that I got over those fears. I was bold enough to go in, and now I've opened myself up. I've been coachable. I've become confident. I've gotten so much knowledge in here that now I feel like I'm unstoppable, man. I mean, like I really feel, and it sounds silly to say, right? Especially because I'm a pretty humble guy, but I just feel like I don't care. Put it up in front of me because I'm going to come right through it because
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm going to get there and nobody's going to stop me. And one of the reasons why I feel that way, I'm proud of myself for that, but I really am also proud of the program that I've become a part of that's helped me get there. Because I don't think I would have gotten there on my own. I
Hmm.
really don't. And so I feel like this has gotten me to that point. And that's probably what I'm the proudest of. Like you said, Alex, regardless of the outcome, regardless of what's in my bank account, regardless of all of those things, it's that change that I have and that excitement and hope that I have. It is a big change for me, and I'm just really proud of that.
Yeah, definitely, man. And rightfully so, you should be. So
Mhm.
let's fast forward, right? Let's say you've built out, a community that you wanted, you're helping the type of people that you want to help, you're making the type of money that you want to make. What does your dream life look like 12 months from now?
Well, I go back to the word free again, and I don't want to overuse it, but it's really something. I feel like in 12 months, I want to not just be the CEO of my business, I want to be the CEO of my life.
Hmm.
That might sound corny, but I really feel like this gives me the opportunity that. So in 12 months, if I'm free of the stress that I feel, if I'm free of the fears that I had, if I'm free where I can choose what I do with my time, I'm not going to places throughout the day because some company told me to do that. I'm not bound by that, and I'm building my life around my work. I want to build my work around my life. I want to flip that upside down. So my perfect life would be, yes, I'm doing something to generate income for my family and help other people, but I'm doing it on my own schedule. I'm doing it from where I want to be, when I want to be, because damn it, I'm the CEO of my life and I can make that happen. And if I
Yes.
can make it happen now, I've got the freedom I would feel, the weight off my shoulders, the fact that we could be like, hey, our family is in Chicago and it's Mother's Day.
Hmm.
Let's go and visit them on Mother's Day. My mom's 89, Kim's mom's 90. Nobody's getting any younger. Life's going
Right.
too short, right? So I want to be able to be in that position and be able to say, hey guys, let's pack a bag because next weekend we're going to go and spend Mother's Day with the grandmas. Or hey guys, I know you want to go to Italy for a while. Let's plan on doing that in the fall. Because the amount of memories that you make when you do those things, they're worth their weight in gold, right? So my perfect life really would be going down to being that CEO, having the options, being able to choose what I do with my life for me and that because I just want to enjoy it. Because every day is a gift, right? And I just want to
Hmm.
enjoy it. So that's the
Definitely.
best way I can think of it.
No, I love it. I love it. And I love what you said. What was that you said? Do you want to build your
I
work
instead of
around life?
Yeah, I mean, now I feel
That's
like I
so
have to
good.
build my I have to build my life around my work. When I go to a doctor appointment, if I can go see my kid's game, screw that. I want to build my work around my life because my life's more important. Why am I
Yes.
spending 80% of the time with work instead of the other way around? It's upside down, right?
Yeah.
So,
I love that,
yeah.
man. I'm gonna steal that.
Oh, great. I love it. It works for
That
me.
was
I
good.
really believe it.
Yeah, no, that
So,
was so
thank
good.
you.
So what do you think it mean not only to yourself, but your family, your future, even your legacy when you actually pull it off?
hmm Well, here's one of the surprises I've had since I've been in this program. And I have to admit, I just didn't expect this. So we're really close. My kids are 20 and 22,
Hmm.
young adults. One's graduated from college, the other one's on their way. And when I made about my third video on TikTok, two comments showed up in there. And you're looking for comments, you want to see that
Right.
you're engaging with people, all the things you're supposed to do, right, that you learn in the training. But these two comments I will never forget. And they were, I'm gonna get emotional thinking about it. They were, I'm proud of you, Dad. And you go, Dad. That was
That's
my son.
awesome.
That was my son and that was my daughter. And the fact that they saw that I persevered, that I took the courage and the action to make this happen, and that they were proud of me. Damn. I mean, I don't care how much money I make. That's it. That's all I need. And that was totally unexpected. So if that's the outcome I can get, then I'll look in the mirror and I'll be proud of myself for all that. So.
Absolutely. No, I love it. I love it. So, is there something that you have learned, and it may even be one big thing or even a few things that you've learned about yourself through this entire journey?
I think what I've learned is that I'm stronger than I thought I was. I can overcome more than I thought I could. I look at the people around me in my life and I admire a lot of them, my wife, my mom, even my kids, and I say to myself, damn, they're strong. Look at what they got through. My daughter was in a serious car accident. We almost lost her on her
Oh,
18th
wow.
birthday. And her back was shattered. She needed an emergency surgery. It was flight for life. It was all the horrible things that you never want to experience as a parent, right? It was like a movie that I was on the outside watching. And when she was sitting in that hospital bed and she knew that, first of all, she was going to make it, but the only way she could leave the hospital was to be able to walk down the hall. When she, in all of her pain, reached over and said, give me the walker, I'm going to do it. And I thought, you can't get any stronger than that.
Hmm.
So it's like I have so many people in my life that I admire for how strong that they are. But this has taught me that I'm facing a really difficult thing in my life with finances, right? And not having all the options I want to have and not being the CEO of my life yet. And I was strong enough to do something about it. And I'm strong enough to go through the ups and the downs with it like any new business, right? It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Then my phone is not an ATM. It doesn't just spit money out because I joined, right? I had to show the strength, the determination to show up every day for me, for my family. And that, I guess, strength that I found in this, that I realized is I dug deep for it. And I'm really proud of that. And again, it's something that regardless of the outcome of this whole program. My kids are going to be proud, and I can say to myself by looking in the mirror that I'm strong and I can get through anything. There's no money that's going to replace that. That
Definitely.
that's again, that's gold, right?
Yes. Yeah, and it's like taking it back to when when you had said you first made your TikTok video and they're congratulating you on you for it. Um, it's that's one thing I love about this too is that everyone else, especially family, right? The ones you're closest with see every day, they notice those little incremental changes in you first,
True.
right?
Yeah.
And so
Hmm.
it kind of right, it kind of affects everything else, right? Because I always tell people, it's like you have got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others, and that's just
Yeah.
true. However you want to spin it, um, and then it's just great that they're able to be the first to kind of see these, like I said, these little changes being made, and then eventually it turns into this exponential growth, right? So it's
Yeah.
awesome. So, what advice would you give to someone who's maybe in the same position as you or on the fence or maybe even scared to start with something like this?
Such a great question. And I find myself using my lives that I have with the people that follow me to talk about this because in other words, I was you, right? When I'm looking at that camera and I'm talking to people on the other side of it, and I'm reaching out and finding that perfect customer that I'm going to be able to help, that was me,
Hmm.
right? And so what I would tell them is I would tell them from my own experience and experience I've gathered since I've been in this is yes, you're going to have that wall of fear in front of you. I did too. You don't know what you're doing. You're brand new to this. You've never done anything like this before. You don't think you have the time because you're busy. You don't think you have the money to invest up front. You know what? You do. And take action. Your family's worth it. You're worth it. What are you waiting for? Again, I go back to if you wake up in 6 or 12 months, like you asked me about the 12 months, where are you going to be? Are you going to be in a better place or not? How much is it costing for you to wait? Like, look at that wall of fear and just like embrace it. Yeah, you might be skeptical and you're afraid and you're unsure, but all of us were. And the other thing is, the people who have been successful in this business were just like them and were just like me. Their parents, they have families, whatever it might be, and their backgrounds are different, but they came in with the same exact fears. So one of my greatest fears is now I think one of the greatest strengths of where I am in this community is I thought I was going to be alone. So when I sat there on that couch and I sat there and I'm scrolling and I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do this because I'm not going to have any help, right? What are they going to send me an email? And if I have questions, I'm going to send them a question or pick up the phone or use chat, whatever I'm going to do.
Hmm.
No, I'm going to be in business for myself, but there is not a day that goes by that I'm going to be doing it by myself. I've got, they've got me, right? This 53,000, almost 54,000 people. You've got daily live mentoring. You've got these people that surround you that make you realize that, yeah, have the courage, make it happen. You'll be proud you did. What are you waiting for? But also know that, hey, if you fall down, there's a bunch of people right over here that are going to pick you up. Because evidence of that are the people who support me every day when they go to my content and they like it and comment on it, when they show up on my lives and root me on. All of that because you've got all these people there to help you. So it's okay to feel all those things. It's okay to feel afraid. It's normal. Everybody goes through that. But you're going to find yourself out on the other side of it once you join. That's what I found. And I'm confident that they'll find the same thing.
Absolutely. Oh, man, great advice. Absolutely great advice.
Thanks.
And I think it'll resonate with a lot of people when they hear that as well. So,
Well,
last question for you, Steve. What do you now know is possible?
wow. I feel like I don't want to repeat myself because I just go back to some of the things that I've thought of in
No, you're fine.
our conversation. But um, changing my circumstances, getting options, having the options in my life to do what I want for me and my family. I did not think that was possible. I thought when I sat there last summer and I looked at where I was and my kids were about ready to go back to school and I didn't know how we're going to be able to afford it all. I didn't think there was a way out. I didn't think it was possible for me. I was just going to have to find a way to eke it out with our budget. I was going to have to get a part-time job at a store or at a restaurant to make extra money. I was going to have to give up more time with my family just to get us by or to get us ahead or whatever. I just didn't think that was even going to happen. And that like immobilized me. That like froze me in place. I was stuck because I didn't think that it was possible for me to be able to get to that place that I want to be like in 12 months, like you said, where I'm that CEO of my life
Mhm.
and where I'm traveling when I want and when I'm doing what I want and I'm living stress free and I'm leaving a legacy for my kids and I'm making them proud and I'm all the things that I just didn't think that was possible. I didn't. Why me? I'm not special. I mean, why should I get the luxury of having all those amazing things in 12 months? And this, especially the mastermind, this has made me realize that it's possible. Anything's possible. Anything if you got the right mindset and you're determined to get there. And that was one of the biggest, I think, aha moments I've had since I've been in
Mhm.
here. Anything's possible. So I can do this.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that for you, man. And I'm excited to see your journey, Steve. And
Appreciate
hopefully,
it.
we can hop back on one of these when you've hit those goals, right? And we can talk about, how you did
Yep.
it.
Sounds good. I love
So,
that. I
yeah,
appreciate
well,
your
I
time,
appreciate you
Alex.
taking the time again, Steve. I really enjoyed your conversation with me, and hopefully we get to do it again soon.
Sounds good, Alex. Thanks so much for
All
your
right.
time.
Thank
Enjoy
you so
your
much,
day.
Steve.